Running a hospitality business in the UK right now means operating on a razor's edge. Here is your total revenue. After clearing overhead and labor, net profit is squeezed into a dangerously thin 3 to 8% sliver. That sliver is vulnerable. Without strict food cost control, operational leakage easily consumes up to 5% of your gross revenue. When wholesale prices bump up unnoticed or supplier invoices contain errors, cash drains out of the business fast, wiping out your remaining net profit margin. Getting exact control over what you spend on ingredients is no longer a best practice for bumping up your margins. It is a strict requirement to keep the doors open. Despite the financial risk, the vast majority of operators still track their inventory and cost their recipes using manual spreadsheets. The problem with a spreadsheet is that it only shows you the past. It relies entirely on retrospective data, completely missing the real-time wholesale price fluctuations happening this week. To capture instant oversight of your spending behavior, you need modern e-procurement software that tracks supplier prices as they change. But the reality is, the software market is split. If you try forcing a massive, complex enterprise tool into a small independent restaurant, the setup process will drag out and stall your daily operations. Upgrading your tech stack means you have to match the structural weight and complexity of the software directly to the size of your current team. Sticking with the status quo requires a massive time investment. Teams spend anywhere from 10 to 20 hours every single week on manual data entry and counting stock and checking invoices line by line. Operators tolerate this because a spreadsheet has a zero base cost, and the interface is highly familiar to traditional chefs who do not want to learn a new system. That comfort comes with a severe delay. Cost visibility lags by weeks, leaving the kitchen completely blind to sudden market shifts until the end-of-month accountant report. When you miss those wholesale price hikes, the gap between your theoretical and actual food costs widens. For a venue spending £100,000 a month on food, a 5% variance translates directly to £5,000 in lost profit. Spreadsheets appear free upfront. When you calculate the tens of thousands in gross profit loss to manual errors and delayed reactions, they become the most expensive option on the table. To close that gap quickly, growing independents with 2 to 5 sites should look at the Agile operator tier, featuring platforms like Jelly. This matrix breaks down software tiers. For an Agile independent tool, pricing is flat, typically £129 per site monthly, with no hidden per-user fees. The operational input is minimal. Teams forward emails or snap photos of invoices, and the system extracts data automatically. Because data flows automatically, time to value is extremely fast. You achieve live dish costing and actionable margin data within a week. These tools also handle local compliance. The system flags UK VAT exclusions and supplier credit notes without manual adjustments to gross profit figures. Connecting your live sales data to your ingredient costs takes about 5 minutes through a direct POS integration. There is a trade-off. To maintain this speed, Agile tools strip away the deep menu engineering and complex custom workflows that massive corporate chains rely on. You sacrifice deep enterprise customization in exchange for extreme setup speed and immediate protection of your gross profit. On the other end of the spectrum is the Enterprise Suite tier, which includes highly comprehensive tools like ApicBase, MarketMan, and the Access Group. Looking back at our matrix, financial structure changes entirely here. Enterprise suites rely on custom quotes that scale based on location count and specific modules. The implementation burden is heavy. Setup takes weeks or months, often necessitating a dedicated internal team for data migration. That effort yields powerful benefits: deep procurement analytics, 3-way invoice matching, and strict compliance oversight across dozens of locations. However, for smaller businesses, this sluggish time to value is a vulnerability. Every week spent setting up software means unmonitored price changes erode margins. Enterprise suites are incredibly powerful for large networks, but they will paralyze an independent operator who lacks a dedicated back-office operations department. This decision tree provides a clear framework to categorize your business scale and make the right software choice. Our first profile is the growing independent. You operate 2 to 5 sites, pull in solid revenue, but have absolutely no dedicated IT or procurement team. If this is you, avoid the enterprise giants. Adopt an Agile tool to strip out admin hours instantly and get live margin data flowing this week. The second profile is the multi-site chain. You represent a large pub group or a hotel chain, equipped with an office-based finance team. Lightweight tools will fail to meet your complex needs. You must invest the custom budget into robust legacy systems to achieve granular, multi-site oversight. Selecting the right software completely depends on matching the system's structural weight to your team's capacity to actually manage it. The software market asks you to make one clear choice. You prioritize either rapid setup speed or deep structural complexity. Trying to avoid that choice by staying on manual spreadsheets carries the heaviest, most hidden penalty in lost profit margins. Right-size your technology. Let the software automate the tedious administrative tasks so you can redirect your valuable time back to where it belongs, delivering actual hospitality.